Alright, so welcome to Terrible Tarot. This is Cece, and this is your reading for April 22nd through the 28th. This will be a general reading. Take what messages apply, trash the rest. Do listen to the whole reading, because sometimes you might get tidbits throughout the reading that apply to you, even if other parts do not. When I did this reading, I asked my guides and Spirit to give me the message that the collective most needs to hear for this week. I am not doing sign specific at this time, just for a lack of time. I'm pretty busy in my personal life right now, but I am hoping to free up some time to be able to start doing that. So this is a collective reading. It will apply to all signs, okay? Let me let you see what decks I'm using here. Okay, Oracle of Mermaids, Romance Angels, Animal Allies, and the Empathic Oracle. This is my main deck. And so the main energy for this week is the Fool, which ties in beautifully. This is my clarifier deck. Okay. And I change up my spread quite often. It just depends on what I'm led to do. So I don't like using any one particular spread. Okay, so this week I asked them to give me what messages y'all need to hear the most. And the way the message came out, I feel this is the energy at the beginning of the week, and this is the energy at the end of the week. And then we have some clarifying cards and some oracle cards as well. Okay, so I shuffled off camera mainly to save time, and also because I'm working with limited equipment at this time. So hopefully soon I will have better equipment and this will be a little more polished. But for now, I was called to do this reading even though I wasn't really completely prepared. But you know, when you get called to do something, you do it, you don't argue. Also, one more thing, my angel guide that I speak to very specifically and often, his name is Mike. So if you hear me talking and yakking, all of a sudden I say Mike, it's not someone off screen that I'm talking to, it's actually my angel guide. And he's very oral with me as far as giving me messages, and sometimes he's very pushy, and he has quite the sense of humor. So anyways, just wanted to warn you all of that. Alright, let's jump into this reading. So there's a very interesting feel to this reading this week coming up. Okay, we are starting this reading. Let me pull these clarifiers down for a second. We are starting in the Nine of Swords energy. Alright, but then we're ending in the Ten of Swords. And I feel this is a good thing. And the reason I feel this is good is because our overall energy is the Fool. And I feel this is a positive Fool. In other words, we're ending at 10 and we're starting over at 0. And I believe that is a very positive, I almost get an excited feeling off of this, okay? Because at the beginning of the week, we're going in a little anxious. We're a little anxious. That is the big word I'm getting, is anxiety, okay? Now, that is clarified by the Seven of Cups, and I am really sorry about the glare. These are like, woo, 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 shiny, okay? And Five of Swords. So what I'm getting off this beginning of the week energy is there's some confusion that came from a fight. Hold on a sec here. I'm getting this feeling, this energy. It's a very anxious energy that I'm picking up. I think there were some words tossed around that were very hurtful. And I'm getting, okay, what I'm hearing is mixed messages. There were some mixed messages in this fight or in this conversation that left you very confused and very up in your head. Okay, now what's confusing about it, what I'm picking up here, see, for me, when swords are down, that's lies, misrepresentations. When they're up, it represents truth. And see how he's got 2 up and 1 down? Can you see that? He's got 2 up and 1 down. To me, that represents that whatever this conversation, whatever words came through, and I'm going to tell it to you how it is and how my guides are telling me. He's saying some of it was true and some of it wasn't. So I think what happened here is there were some hurtful things that were said, but what was so hurtful about it is that some of it was true. It was stuff that you didn't want to hear. You just didn't want to hear it. Okay? And it hurt because it was forcing you to... It's confusing, but it's also forcing you to look at yourself, is what I'm hearing. And the reason I'm going to say that is because of these other cards that are surrounding. You'll see when I get to that. Okay? See on this cup right here? I don't know if you can really see it. How the face is, the eyes are closed. That's just reassuring to me. You did not want to hear what was said. There were truths that were spoken that you just didn't want to hear. And I feel like I want to cry right now. I feel like whatever this was said was really, really hurtful. It was very hurtful. And see how all these swords are down? Sorry, guys. God, that was really painful. I'm also empathic, so I pick up energies. And I really, really want to cry right now. See how she's guarding herself, too? I'm hearing why. Why did he say that? Why did she say that? Why? You know, sometimes when we hear stuff, even when we know it's true, we don't want to hear that shit about ourselves. We don't want to hear that. But, you know, I believe the universe allows this stuff to happen because it forces us to change. It forces us to grow. Okay, and you're going to see why I say that here in a second. Let's move on to the next part here. So we have this Queen of Pentacles. And she's being clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups. What I'm getting from this is this Queen of Pentacles, she's been waiting a really long time. She's been very, very patient. She's been working on her growth. She's really come into her own. See, this peacock represents beauty. Okay? See how she's standing there majestically, and she has this look on her face like, yeah, I'm the bee's knees, right? And she's holding this pentacle like, yeah, that shit's mine, right? So she's been very patiently waiting for this offer to come through, for this communication to come through. But what I'm hearing from my guide, Mike, is telling me she's not real impressed with this offer. I think she has been waiting so long that she really thought that this was going to be a king. She is waiting on her King of Pentacles. And this little baby offer, she's not so impressed with it. Okay, especially because she's been in her head. She's been in her head. And so she was really expecting more. She was expecting more. And she's not getting what she wanted. She's grateful. I am hearing she's grateful. It's just not what she really wanted. If you hear me taking breaks, it's because I'm listening to my guides. I'm tuning into. Sometimes I get actual physical feelings. No. Okay. So, but now moving on, this is the part that I'm really excited about for everyone, is that there's healing. Now, this can be wish fulfillment, but I feel in this spread, because of what I'm seeing surrounded by it, that this is healing. This is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords. This is the same person. This is the same person. These are not separate energies to me for this spread. What I'm hearing is you're a very grounded, balanced person. Okay? You've got... Okay, I'm even hearing Queen of Swords, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing really all of the elements. You represent that. You're a very balanced person. But this stuff really, this really had you messed up. Okay, and I'm feeling... Okay, I'm hearing this isn't the first time. This kind of stuff, okay, I'm hearing cyclical. So this has been going on for a while. This pattern, this cycle of being hurt like this. And, you know, you are really, really trying to get out of that cycle. You're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say man up, but not, you know, it's not necessarily masculine, but boss up. There we go. You're trying to boss up. You know, you're trying to not let this affect you progressing, okay? And so you're trying to stay grounded, but you know, you're an emotional person. We're all emotional. We're human. We have feelings. That's why you were up in your head over here, okay? But if you haven't done this energy already, okay, this is what Mike is telling you. Mike is telling me what what they're telling you to do is to pray and to meditate, to rest, to reflect, because that's going to bring your healing. That's going to bring your healing, okay? Now, we all have free will, so if you want to say, you know, screw you, Mike, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I just want to stay over here in this energy, you're fine to do that. You know, you can do what you want to do. But understand, if you don't learn your lessons, karma just keeps throwing the same shit at you until you do. Okay? So if you really want to be this boss lady, you've got to learn from this. Okay? And let me go back on a tangent over here, okay? Because I'm just getting this kind of download. Don't let what other people tell you define you. Okay? It's confusing, especially if some of what they're telling you is hitting home and you're like, oh my God, they're right about this. And I'll just tell you a personal thing about me. You know, there's a lot of talk right now about narcissism. And what I personally found out about myself is I tend to be a little narcissistic. And when that was pointed out to me, my first response was I was very defensive. I was angry that someone would say that about me because, you know, I don't think of myself in that way. You know, I think I'm a very kind, giving person. But then I started really reflecting on it, right? I started reflecting on it. And I realized, you know, they are right. I mean, even though they were saying it from a place of being mean and harsh, there was some truth to that. And it was confusing because I didn't want to believe that about myself. You know, and it got me all up in my head. It got me all anxious and worried that I was this horrible person and stuff. But here's the beauty about when you are faced with when God or the universe, whatever you want to call them, allows this kind of shit to happen. It's because they want you to change. They want you to see something about you and change it, and always for the better. The universe does not throw this stuff at you to make it harder for you. They throw this stuff at you because they want you to learn your lesson so that you can move on and benefit from growing, okay? Because that's how we grow in the world, is we have to learn from our lessons, okay? So, back to this. So, you know, what we're saying here is do that reflecting. You know, it's okay. In fact, I'm hearing, oh Lord, buckets of tears. Buckets and buckets of tears, y'all. Gosh, whoever is in this at the beginning of the week, I feel you, okay? I feel you, and I just want to tell you it's okay. I understand. I'm going through some shit right now, too, which is why it was hard for me to want to do this reading, because I told my guide, I said, I don't know that I'm ready. He said, you're ready. And I feel it's because he wants me to connect with some of you, okay? There's people out there, very particular people right now that need to hear this message. And he wants me to connect with you guys. And it's okay to be in your emotions. It's okay to not be this stoic, hard-shelled person on the outside all the time, okay? We need to love ourselves so we can give to other people, and the way we do that is through healing and taking care of ourselves, okay? And allowing ourselves to feel whatever it is we need to feel in order to heal, okay? There's no right or wrong way to grieve. There's no right or wrong way to change. There's no, you know, it's all perspective. Okay? So, take that time to meditate. You know, I'm going to be honest, sometimes some of my best meditation happens in the shower, and I think it's because I'm a Pisces and I really enjoy water. I love water. So, baths and showers for me are where I do a lot of my meditating. I actually will put, you know, music on my phone and listen to it while I'm in the shower. And that's also one of my favorite places to cry. It's very transformative. It's very healing. Okay? So allow yourself to be in your emotions. Own your emotions. The anger, the sadness, whatever feelings it is, own it. Feel it. Meditate. Pray. Because that's going to bring the healing. You know what I'm seeing here when I look at this card? I'm seeing those water come out of the vase, and it's like tears just flowing. But look as they're flowing. Look what's lighting up. Right? It's lighting up. She's healing. She's healing as she allows those emotions to flow. Okay? And towards the end of the week, this is the energy. The Ten of Swords. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's a positive energy, okay? Because look what it's clarified by. The Magician and the Ace of Cups. Okay? Some people will interpret this as sometimes as a negative energy, being stabbed in the back. But this is a completion. This is a completion. You went from this anxiety over the situation and these emotions to healing, and that cycle ending. This Ten of Swords, it's done. Whatever this situation was, okay, I feel like this card is representing a specific situation that had you trapped mentally. Okay? I know the Eight of Swords isn't here, but I kind of feel that's what preceded this. I feel like previously, you know, if we were to do a spread on previous, this is what we would get. Okay? You went from the 9 to healing to the 10. It's over. You did the work. You know what this Magician is? It's this Four of Swords. You manifested healing. You manifested change. You used all your tools, your emotions, your logic, you know, your passion, your thoughts. You focused on positivity, and you brought, I feel this is your self-healing. This is the result of doing the work here. Okay? A renewed heart, a renewed love, a new beginning, right? A new beginning. Okay? Now, if you hear me click off here in a couple minutes, it's because I only get 20 minutes runtime on the video, and then I have to start a new video. So if you hear it pause temporarily, I apologize, okay? So now we're going to tie in our mermaid oracles and our romance angels, okay? So we got sanctuary, divine sensuality, and time and tide. Okay? What I feel here, okay, let me go to the divine sensuality first, because this one freaking cracked me out when it popped out. I was like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? Because when I draw my cards, I draw the cards first. Okay, and then I kind of sit back and I take in the whole story. I don't do a card at a time, because I feel like the story, like I have, for me personally as a reader, I have to see the whole thing laid out in order to tie everything together. Okay, and that's when it makes sense to me. So when this one popped out, I was like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? But, okay, don't laugh. Okay, because what this has to do with is right here. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I think it is. Sexual healing. Sexual healing. A lot of this is going to come, a lot of this healing, okay, is going to come from making love. Not for everyone, okay, but a lot of you are going to experience this healing through a really awesome sexual session. And I'm a little bit jealous, to be honest, okay. Not for everybody, okay? But now, for those of you that are not in a position where you have someone to make love to, this could be coming up for you, okay?